Hey everyone, this is Marc from A Little Bit Kitchen. This week we're in the back roads of beautiful British Columbia. We have an unlimited amount of firewood and we're going to be cooking up a beautiful tomahawk steak. So stay tuned, join the ride. Alright, so I've been walking for about an hour and a half and this just keeps popping up. Just big mounds of wood like this. And lucky for me, I applied for a permit to cut wood in this area, so tonight we're not going to be cold. We're just gonna keep cutting wood and filling up the wood stove. It's going to be a fiery night. I got a beautiful piece of meat to cook. I think I'm gonna turn back, go down this way. I found a pretty good flat spot to set up my tent just so that the water drains in one direction. I don't want that water to stay under me. There's kind of little pools here and there. There's kind of a small slant going down this way, so it's gonna keep us nice and dry. I'm gonna set up, I think, beside one of these mounds of wood. It's gonna keep the wind out if it starts getting windy, because there is some mountains around us and the weather changes very fast around here. Let me get set up so we can start cooking. I just flattened out my sleeping area here. It wasn't the best place, but it'll do. Alright, well I made it in just in time, starting to rain. I gotta start cutting wood. Alright, let's go get some wood before it starts pouring too bad here. So the best way to start fires, for me anyways, I get this yarn like this. You just kind of shred it a bit. You can just also just kind of rub it in your fingers like this. And then it makes a really nice fire starter. I'm just gonna get set up for bed now. Okay, so I got this tomahawk steak here. I'm gonna hang it above the heat source and I'll leave it there overnight to dry out, and then we'll cook this in the morning. Alright, so we're gonna let that hang and dry overnight, and then the mice won't be able to get to it. I'm just having this Hornby organic bar before going to bed. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm just gonna eat and then I'll see you in the morning. Alright, good morning. It rained a lot last night, probably like 20 millimeters, I'm assuming. And I thought I was gonna get flooded. But luckily, I think it's because I was kind of on the downslope, it saved us. But it's still going pretty hard now. Anyways, even if it's raining, we're gonna have to make a fire and get that cooking. That's the plan. Time to get the fire going. All right, so we gotta cook this meat now. So I'm gonna make a tripod out of this wood outside. We're gonna put it on top of this fire pit that I have here, and we'll get this cooking. I can't really cook it in here because it's gonna create so much grease, and I don't really want to put it inside the wood stove, so we'll cook it outside. Well, we got the fire going somewhat. I had to dig deep into the logs to get some dry stuff, but it is a beautiful day. Now all I gotta do is hang my meat over that fire. All right, now that I have my apparatus all set up, I'm just gonna dry rub the beef with a mushroom mix and salt. And this is a mix of dehydrated mushrooms and chilies. So normally you would cook a beef like that over a fire, probably over coals, but I'm gonna cook it with the fire, and I'm just gonna keep the distance at the perfect length so that it doesn't burn. And then I'll keep moving the fire pit around. It's gonna give it a nice smoky flavor too while the wood's burning instead of just coals, right? So it's gonna be kind of like smoked. Oh yeah, now we're really getting that smoke hitting the beef from all sides. Yeah. So I decided to tie one side of the beef against the log here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook it on each side for the same amount of time. Because when it was just dangling there, it wasn't very accurate. So every 5 minutes, I'm going to flip it around. Alright, so we got a good sear on it and it's starting to bleed out, and that's kind of an indication that it's getting close to medium rare to medium. So I'm going to tie another rope and I'll lay it flat just so that the top cooks a little bit more evenly. I'll just take this. Stretch it out. Now the top section is going to cook a little bit more evenly, and I can still rotate it. We're getting there. Okay, next we're gonna get some potatoes going in here. Oh yeah. So now if we get that type of heat and we just keep rotating like that, it's gonna be perfect. So I've been rotating this for an hour now. I think it's pretty good to go. It looks very nice. I'm gonna rest this for a while. So I have a somewhat clean piece of wood here, and we're gonna let this rest right beside the warm stove for about 45 minutes. Okay, so my potatoes are nicely smoked. I'm just gonna finish them in this water, and I'll add some chicken stock just to finish them off. And then this is gonna make me a nice smoked chicken soup for an appetizer. Even when it's resting, I'm gonna keep rotating it because usually you rest on a rack and this is still insulating the heat. So you just keep rotating it so that it rests evenly. So we're gonna get our potatoes in here. Make this like a nice little soup. Smoked potato and chicken soup. Very nice. So this is the trick. When you're backpacking and you don't want to bring actual carrots, best next thing is carrot puree for babies. That nice puree in here. Miso paste. So we're gonna put a bit in there. So just mix that up. Sweet miso and carrot puree, some nice potatoes, and Tomahawk. I'm just gonna thin it down with a bit of my stock, and I like the consistency too. Very nice. I'm gonna eat off the bone later, so you want to remove this because it cooks at a different temperature. Oh yeah. You have a beautiful doneness. Nice medium. The fat is rendered. We have our nice beautiful potatoes. Like that. And then we're gonna make a nice little canal of Dijon right here. Right there. And a nice piece right here at the end like that. Medieval roasted prime rib. Tomahawk in the nature, baby. Wow, I nailed the beef, huh? So the key is to let it rest 25 to 30. My little chicken stock potato broth. Tastes like tea. So obviously I have to go medieval on this because that's the theme of the video. Beautifully smoked too. First time I do this tripod with the back closed off, it kind of keeps the smoke in. So I'm definitely gonna do that again someday. Okay, now I just gotta get all of this packed up and hike out of here. I got about an hour and a half out. It's not that bad. I just want to clean up before it starts raining again. Oh, and here it comes. Right when I wanted to clean. Never mind. Let's go back in for a bit. I'm gonna let the rain help me with the dishes today. Well, we just got a little bit of break in the rain, so I'll start cleaning up and get out of here. Well, that was a successful mission. I'll definitely be back here for this unlimited wood supply. About an hour and a half hike out of here. Usually all this rain would be snow at this time of the year. And the Pineapple Express got the best out of the snow gods. So we're not getting that this year. All right, we made it back. I'm in the parking lot drying off a bit. It was a wet one, let me tell you. My GoPro ran out of battery, but now I'm in the car and I'm ready to go. So anyways, thanks for joining this week. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Different place, same time.